Thank you, George. More now on San Francisco's Embattled crime lab. As we've been telling you, there was a report in the Chronicle saying that drug evidence that the lab may have been tampered with as far back as 2005 and in federal cases as well.
So we have Ivan Golde, our legal expert, here to tell us a little bit about the fallout from this. Hi, Ivan.
Hi, nice to be here.
All right, so tell us, I mean, if we start going back years, are we going to see people in prison starting to say, well, you got to relook my case now?
Absolutely. If you're in prison and you're locked up, you want any possibility to get out, and this is a possibility. But remember, there's other evidence that determines a conviction. It could be an eyewitness, other forensic evidence, a dead body, for instance. So merely because, and when I say merely, I don't mean it lightly, because some of these drugs were taken by a specific employee, that does not mean that the jail doors are going to open and everybody is going to flood out. It's going to be a case-by-case basis. The small cases, the little cases that are being dropped now, they will be dropped. No one's going to spend money to prosecute those. If you, I hate to say this, if you are a drug user, a small-time drug user in San Francisco, you're not going to be prosecuted right now with the lab being closed down. These other cases years back, if they're major cases, you will probably not get out. You will probably not, if they're murder cases, big gang-related, 100, 200-gram cases, there's a gram or two stolen. Maybe an appeal, maybe papers filed, but I do not think those sentences are going to be reversed.
But now with a federal case being involved in this scandal, do the feds really get involved in this now? And does the process start all over again as far as looking at cases on a federal level?
Well, remember, one of the people who was convicted, it was a murder case, a death penalty case. He got 40 years. His attorney said, we're not going to appeal anything. He got a good deal at 40 years. The lawyers are going to investigate. This is all investigation. Remember, we don't know what Deborah Madden exactly did, what she stole. All we know is 2009 onward. That's the part that she admitted to stealing drugs. She's got a lawyer now. She's smart. She's not going to talk. She made that admission without counsel. Are we really going to be able to find out what she did? Okay, we can look at every case that she was involved in, but what are we really going to find? Were drugs missing? Were they not missing? She's not going to admit it now. She said they were evaporated. The cocaine evaporated. That's why the weights went down. That was her excuse. Okay, all the other people have said, no, that's preposterous. So now the big battle is, did she do it? Can we prove it? It's such a big can of worms. Where this is going to go for cases way back, I'm not so sure. But right now, if you're in San Francisco, they can't prosecute small drug cases.
Well, they'll put them at the other labs then. They'll farm it out.
Maybe they will, maybe they won't. You know, it's prioritizing small cases. It's expensive. Other labs have to. At this point, we have to get San Francisco has to get their lab up and going. And then they'll prosecute. Right? They're dumping them every day. Over 1,000 cases. That is a lot of cases that are dumped.
Now, in your opinion, is this something that's going to be resolved within the next 6 months, or are we going to be hearing about this story for years to come?
Believe me, the story is going to go on and on and on and on. Deborah Madden was a long-time employee. She testified in a lot of cases. The defense attorneys are going to investigate, and you're going to hear all sorts of things. The lab, hopefully, will be up and going within 3 to 6 months at the longest. This cannot happen in San Francisco, a town where, frankly, there is a lot of street drug use and drug dealing and gangs and violence, and it's all drug-related. Most of it is, that is. So, believe me, they have to get to the bottom of this quickly.
All right. Thanks a lot, Ivan.
Thanks for joining us.
9:53 right now. We'll be back with more in a couple of minutes.
Cron4.com.